each have a bond of unity and peaceful coexistence. These sub-communities are Aboncha, Akpajo, Aleso, Alejo, Alode, Ogale, Ebubu, Ekebo, Eteo, and One. Spread across these 10 communities, the Okuri people form a unique community known as the Okuri community. The Okuri community occupies a strong place in the entire Eleme Kingdom on account of the unique role the community plays in the Eleme cultural setting.
The Okuri community is an ancient, recognized community in Eleme. Okuri community is so recognized in a way that even though they want to do anything like tradition in Eleme, a person from Okuri community must be there.
Okuri community is very unique. In Eleme Kingdom here, Okuri, they what we call Manchu Okuri. Manchu Okuri is a ritual that's carried out by the Eleme people before they embark into farming or embark into wrestling, embark into any festivals. That ritual will carry out to appease the gods of the land and the ancestors of this land. They have been one to initiate it. No other community in Eleme can do that particular rituals except Okuri people. It is only when they do that particular ritual, invoke the gods and appease the gods, then the community, the whole Eleme people generally, or the Eleme people different, the whole kingdom, can then start doing how right to go and do their own other rituals or any other festival or going to their family or any other cultural things. Okuri must do that to appease the gods before. If they don't do, every community stand still. They will not move forward, they will not do anything. That was make us a very unique people.
In each of the 10 component communities in Eleme Kingdom, there is a chief of the Okuri people, while the chiefs are under the paramount ruler of the Okuri people, referred to as Emere Okuri. Due to the importance of the position, the selection of the paramount chief of the Okuri people is unique in its own right. It is usually done transparently in a manner that the whole Okuri community would rejoice over the selection.
We used to sit down as common people, united people. We have never fought or dragged over the stool of leadership in Okuri since the beginning of the existence of Okuri. Even in history, even today, like we elect Chief Apollos, we don't just pick chiefs because we watch from the foundation of our forefather, the Okuri himself. Every opportunity given to Okuri was natural because of his leadership, taking care of people. Those who ran from their different communities, Okuri was taking care of them, absorbing them. That made us to know that this person can be able to lead us. We don't just say, give us money or give us this. That does not happen in Okuri.
Such is the case with the selection of the present Egbere Emere Okuri I, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu.
Our present leader, Chief Dr. Okuri, Apollos Chu, is a material, is a star, is a man. In fact, his leadership quality, his method is ordained by God. All the spirit of this land sees Apollos as a leader. All the beings, the living beings in Eleme sees Apollos as a leader. Even up to the animals, we call Apollos Odo when we have not even appointed him to become a chief. And Odo in Eleme means a big ocean that dries and go to market and bring something, flow things down. When he brings things back, if a baby, if a boy, a child, an elderly woman get into the sea when it is dry, he will not come back empty-handed. You must go with something. That's why we call Apollos Odo. We first of all give him first a miracle. But when we begin to see the character and the quality in him, we add that one to qualify that he is up to be a leader that does not discriminate.
I have to say that he's a God-sent traditional ruler who takes care, because the people need care. Whatever their problem, he carries it out. He considers their welfare as his priority. He considers the priority of the less privileged than his own concern.
His Royal Highness Apollos Chu is a captain of industry, a prolific writer, and a philanthropist. He is the president and CEO of Anasami Construction Natural Limited, an oil and gas servicing company. As an author, the royal father has written many books, which include Not All Nigerians Are Corrupt, The Character of a King, The Fall of a Tyrant, and Time, Our Nemesis. As a philanthropist, the amiable royal father does not discriminate as he extends his hands of support to all residents of his community. He has also always contributed to the growth and development of his people as a community. One of his numerous noble gestures is the official opening of the palace of the Okuri Eleme Kingdom in Rivers State. The palace today serves as the traditional headquarters of the Okuri Kingdom, a place where all chiefs of Okuri elders, as well as other men and women, converge and deliberate on issues that affect the Okuri people. As a peaceful kingdom, the entire kingdom under Apollos Chu experiences even more peace. To cement the good relationship among his subjects, the royal father and his council members give priority to dialogue where things go wrong.
Settling dispute in the Okuri community is very paramount. Very, very paramount. Because when you allow matter to be escalated to the government agencies to resolve, it brings very tough sentiment and mixed feelings among the people. In this my council, matter that's supposed to take about 4 or 5 years or even go to appeal, we resolve it at most 2 to 3 days. We resolve. In some cases, we resolve it the same day. in some cases where it becomes 2 to 3 days is that if there are so many weaknesses, we need to give room for those weaknesses, everyone to provide the weaknesses. Sometimes it can take us to maybe at maximum 1 week. If there's a need for us to go and visit the locals where the thing happened, the incident where they are dragging, we need to go so that we can actually everybody show us where you pass and bring weaknesses to confirm. All those things that want to make it a little bit prolonged, elongate a bit. If not, if the matter that does not require rising to go to visit site, we can resolve the matter even in a day or two. And then make them to love this, bring them together, harmonize them together, and everybody go home happily. They can still drink water together, they can still be of assistance to one another. Because if we continue to allowing them to drag the matter into state to go out of control, we don't them alone that suffer it. The community have the risk. Because if it bursts into a restiveness is just restiveness that can affect the community can start from only 1 or 2%. So that's why, because of the danger behind it, the hazards behind it, that's why we intervene on time when they summons the matter. Even they bring us to the notice of the council. We call the council, summon the council, and try as much we can do without bringing sentiment. If you find out that any council member have sentiment, have an interest, we'll suspend that. We'll ask that council member not to participate in the hearing on that matter, or in the hearing on that matter, he cannot contribute a word.
As a leader of his people, the Egbere Emere Okuri I wishes his kingdom well at all times. For sustainable peace and progress, the royal father believes the help of the Creator needs to be sought regularly. To this end, Emere Okuri often leads his people in praying that only good things befall the Okuri community and beyond.
God is God, God is God. God is just one God that owns the universe and owns this planet Earth and settle us here through a father, through somebody. So, libation is part of our prayer. We use a tongo, which is palm wine, and when you are making your prayer, say, may the gods of the land who found this soil, first settlement, those first who settle here, that call the element that bring God to bring you here. May you have your drink and drink your own drink. May you have your peace. May you have your way. May you be with us, support us in your prayer wherever you are. May you be intersect or into our prayer before the God Almighty. Prayer go to God who created heaven and earth. You give them the palm wine, they call it the cool drink, and give them the hot drink, call it a whiskey, or they call it spirit. They call that spirit a hot drink. For those who drink hot, they should drink hot. For the girls that drink hot, let them drink their hot. For the one that drink, let them drink. It's a tradition.
Indeed, you have in Apollos Chu a royal father who embraces all. He believes that when every traditional ruler does the needful, the society will be better for it.
Everything is like with traditional ruler. When a traditional ruler is at peace with his people, the traditional ruler is not cheating his people, the traditional ruler is transparent to his people, the traditional ruler has the problem of his people at heart and does his own rule. Then the council, the loyalty of the subject will take bullet for the traditional ruler. Traditional ruler must stand tall and behave themselves and they know the value of the throne they are sitting on, and know that they are there to look after the subject, protect them, coordinate them, counsel them, and be their teacher. Because they certainly is a human being. Everybody will come up with different things. You have to coordinate them and orientate them. Make sure that the government programs are where they were related. Government program is where you really pass government program down to them and properly give them the orientations about government, the benefit of all those things. They have to do that. they must be at love with them.
The leadership quality of Egbere Emere Okuri has continuously attracted him more recognition and further calls to serve his larger community, calls which he gladly answers. One of such calls is his crowning as the Emere Nkukuma of Eleme. Youth of Eleme as well as other subjects of Apollos too have always been in support of the royal father. Therefore, they are always pleased at every elevation of the man of the people. This time also, they throw their weight behind the Emere Nkukuma of the Eleme Kingdom. The Okuri community, especially under His Royal Highness Apollos II, gives women high regards. For instance, they are usually parts of decision making, since women representatives often sit with their male counterparts to deliberate on issues that affect the whole of Okuri community. Besides, His Royal Highness Apollos II reserves a special place for women in his heart and thus caters for them in a special way.
He is the greater strength of our life. Greater strength of our life. When I say greater strength, you know what it means. Empowers us in all angles of our life. As you see him, I say he's a God sent. You know, if ordinary, it can't happen like that. It's a God sent, calling everybody from all angles to gather them together and plant. I say it's love. He planted love among us.
In solidarity with the Royal Father, women of the Okuri Kingdom in Eleme identify with the man who takes them dear to his heart. As displayed in the solidarity visit, they often pay him, and the practical show of willing support to the amiable royal father in the farm.
So behind every successful man, there is a woman. So the role of all the women you're seeing here is to stand behind the king. By tradition, a king, every woman you see in the community is the wife of the king. So they are all here to stand behind their husband and their king.
His Royal Highness Apollos II is a royal father who leads by example. He does not only encourage his people to hold strongly on to farming in order to have food security and as a means of income generation, but also engages in it himself.
In our tradition, when you want to plant a yard, this road demarcates the next other yard, the other farm to the other person's own. So you form a line, the tradition, and then you now dig the hole on the line to the end. Okay, now. Who will get it?
With continuous calls to serve his people and the zeal to do the same, you can be assured that the reign of His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, as the Egbere Emere Okuri I of Eleme, has come with good tidings to Okuri community, the entire Eleme kingdom, and Nigeria as a whole. The development of Okuri community in particular is surely work in progress, and with His Royal Highness Apollos Chu in charge, the best is yet to come.
This is NTA International.
COVID-19 transmission is mostly through droplets from sneezing and saliva. The most